Hi everybody, welcome to Wise Words. Huey's my name. That's a soundtrack that our next guest really doesn't like, but who cares? Going to keep going with it anyway. Wise Words is your window into wise employment. My name's Huey, a member of the comms team, and we're just looking to lift the lid a little bit on what wise employment's all about, chat about our programs, chat to some of our people, our customers, industry partners. And today we're talking all things GradWISE. And Cody Junghans joins us. Did I pronounce that name correctly, Cody?
Almost. Halfway. Junghans is how the Australians say it. Junghans is how every other country says it.
Cody Junghans.
Yeah.
It's got a nice ring to it. What's the background? Is it European somewhere?
It is indeed. German, Latvian in my grandfather's family.
Okay, so hit us up with a bit of German.
Literally none for you.
Hit us up with a bit of Latvian.
Literally none for you, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm trying to get a Latvian passport at the moment, so I'll update you. We'll see.
You could probably hear a little bit of a giggle from Peter. We're going to introduce Peter, who's a member of the GradWISE program, but you are a member of the Wise Employment team working with GradWISE.
Yes, specifically I am a career coach with GradWISE, and then I'm also the Swinburne consultant. Well, consultant for a few other unis as well, but Swinburne primarily.
So give us the background. What does it mean? Tell us a little bit about GradWISE first, and then a little bit about how you fit in at GradWISE.
Easy. All right. GradWISE. I've only been here a couple of months, but...
Samies.
We love it.
We started on the same day, 1st of March.
1st of March. But it's a fantastic... as you would know, and Peter, as you would know, it's a fantastic organisation. We are... the CEO's baby, colloquially known around here, the CEO's baby within Wise Employment. We're a team that extends the Wise Disability Employment Services to specifically focus on graduates or, upcoming graduates. Basically, the rundown is that we work with students from any university, actually almost every university in Australia now, fun fact.
Wow.
Still trying to get a few others, and there's a few kind of coming on board at the moment. But
we'll have all the detail in the show notes. If you're working at a university and you're listening in to hear the latest from Cody on GradWISE, we'll have all the detail in the show notes so you can connect with us, find out more and get involved.
Awesome. So we work with students from universities either in their penultimate or final year of study to reduce the gap in employment between people identifying as having a disability or a mental health issue or a long-term condition, and those that don't identify as having that. So really just aiming to reduce that gap through personalised coaching services, which, I can talk about those forever. There's a lot of different things that we do, and it's part of the work that I've done with Peter and part of a lot of the work that I haven't done with Peter that Peter's previous coach has also done with him.
Perfect.
Yeah,
well, that brings us to you, Peter. You've been sitting there patiently. Thank you very much, mate. Peter Vu.
No, thanks for having me.
A member of the Swinburne University graduates. What is that? How do you describe graduates? I didn't finish uni. Are they graduates? What do you call them?
Yeah, we call them graduates.
I guess so.
Yeah.
A Swinburne grad, a Swinburnie.
Yeah.
Alumni. Swinburnian?
Swinburnian,
Swinburnian, maybe. Anyway, you studied at Swinburne, Pete. You've joined us today because you are going to be a bit of a poster child for the GradWISE program, figuratively and literally. We just had you in for a photo shoot. Do you want to tell us a bit more about the photo shoot and where we might see your face popping up over time?
Well, it was a funny experience for me. I'm not used to... Well, I've never done a photo shoot before.
First time, fun.
Yeah, and I guess you'll see me on a tram, I guess.
On a tram.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yarra Trams have been very generous as part of their community partnerships program. They've donated the livery or the outside skin of a tram.
Oh,
so
that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I'm keen to see it.
Fantastic.
I'm just expecting my friends to randomly text me and show me a photo of me on a tram.
It'll be great, and we can't wait to see it happen, Peter. But we'll get to the tram a little bit later on. But first, can you just tell us a little bit about your life journey? We were talking a little bit before the podcast. You grew up in the western suburbs of Melbourne, just like me.
Yep.
You dotted around a few different areas. You're from a large family?
Large-ish family. 3 siblings, all high achieving. Apart from me, I guess.
Oh, don't.
Not even.
Yeah.
What did you study at Swinburne? Accounting?
I studied accounting at Swinburne.
And then your brothers and sisters are dentists?
Yeah, they're all
Midwives,
healthcare,
okay.
midwives. Yeah, they're all smart.
Well, clearly you are too if you've studied accounting and you're about to land a gig with a pretty big consultancy, but we'll get to that in a bit. Just talk to us a little bit about growing up. You went to St Bernard's?
Went to St Bernard's in Essendon. Then I had, unfortunately I had to drop out in year 10 just because of health reasons. I was quite unwell, in hospital a lot during that time. So I was out of school for about 2 years.
Right.
And then after those 2 years, I felt a bit better. I thought, I want to finish high school, So I went back to high school at a adult high school, like for
Okay.
yeah. Anyway,
Were you in the hotted up wheelchair then? It's a pretty gnarly looking thing.
yeah, I was like when I was younger, I used to run around, walk. I was only in the wheelchair since my last surgery, which was what, 2014, 15.
Okay.
So that was a lot of adjustment for me.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I went back to high school, finished my VC degree. I knew I wanted to go into uni, and I studied accounting in high school for a little bit, and I thought, might as well just pursue a career in it. Because I think initially I did want to like study something like psychology, like you did, Cody.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
But then I was like, I probably do need some kind of like office job where I can just work with numbers, which is something I have been pretty good at since I was young. So yeah, I guess accounting was kind of a good fit for me, and that's why I chose it.
Yeah. Can you talk to us a little bit about some of the surgeries you had and the time you spent in hospital? 2 years seems like a really long time. I can't possibly imagine the sort of thing you would have gone through, particularly if you were had to go from being mobile and then into a wheelchair. It was obviously a pretty tricky journey. Are you comfortable talking about any of that?
Yeah, so I was actually diagnosed with a brain tumour when I was 6. So yeah, the hospital has been part of my life, pretty much my whole life. So yeah, just a few surgeries when I was 6, 7. Chemo when I was that age as well, and then I was still okay. I could still run around. I felt like a normal kid. And then probably when I was 12, another surgery when the tumour grew back a bit. More chemo, more radiation, and then I was okay for a little bit. Probably year 9, I got headaches and things like that again. So scans showed that the tumour grew back. So yeah, more surgery, more chemo, and then my last surgery when I was about 16 or so. That was probably the hardest one. Maybe because I was old enough to understand what was going on.
Yeah.
And then I lost a lot of strength in my legs, my arms. Then had to start using the wheelchair, which was pretty hard for me because I love playing soccer. I love doing all that. So yeah, I guess that's kind of my journey with the whole hospital thing.
And then university. Thanks for sharing that, by the way. And is it full remission? Obviously you've been through a bit. What's it looking like for you now?
Well, it's stable at the moment. Yeah, I'm just scans every year or so. But I've also got like other health conditions that are kind of annoying, but
Linger around.
yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing the story, mate. And again, wishing you all the very, very best. And it looks like things are looking up because the GradWISE program means you're active, you're finishing university, and then the link. Can you just talk to us a little bit about the completion of uni and then how you came in contact with GradWISE and then what it's meant for you in terms of the exciting journey you're about to start with a pretty big consultancy firm?
So I kind of joined GradWISE or contacted them in the start of my second last year of uni. I was like, I don't know what to do after uni. Once I finish uni, what do I do? Do I kind of just look for work, or do I just get my degree and be done with it? So I contacted one of the career counsellors at Swinburne. They got me in touch with GradWISE, and then I attended one of their industry accessibility weeks, which was a big eye opener to see all the different companies that are so encouraging with students with disability and how they want to work with people like us. Yeah, that was kind of the start, and then I did a lot of my own research into what kind of career I want. So I did a few internships, and with the help of my GradWISE career coach, they helped me with my applications. While I was at the internships, they would call and check up on me, seeing how I was going. So yeah, I think that support was really helpful while I was transitioning from uni life into trying to get into the workforce.
Yeah, great. And so, Cody, can you expand on some of the work you might do with? Obviously, you've started working recently with Pete, but what are some of the examples of other areas you can support people with if they're looking to make that transition from uni to a full-time job?
So many places that we can come in and so many supports that we can provide. Like Peter was saying, literally anything along the kind of the spectrum of getting a job, along that full process.
Resume writing, interview
cover
prep.
letter writing, interview prep. We actually have GradWISE masterclasses that, I mean, you don't really need them anymore because you've got the job.
Yeah, but I did attend those when I first joined GradWISE. So
Sounds like it'd be a good networking thing too, right? If you're getting a group of people together who are all looking for jobs and just connecting them.
Yeah, certainly can be. We've actually got one coming up Tuesday, I believe. Tuesday coming up that I'm helping to run and facilitate along with my colleague Melissa about mock interviews. So it's part of a series about interview prep, which is, again, some of the work that we do. Some of it can be also just about more of sort of, I guess, softer skills building, like working on confidence or working on, kind of like thought processing and meditation and mindfulness and again, a lot more of those sort of softer skills. It can be those as well. I mean, we're not counselors by any means, but we do support our clients in kind of any way that they really need. We do have these structures, but we tend to let them lead it as well and just kind of really personalize that support because we've recognized that something that is missing from a lot of places.
Yeah, 100%. And what about finding the internships? In your instance, Pete, I think you said to me you had 4 or 5 different...
Yeah, I did 4 internships.
Oh, yeah, you've ticked all of them off. I was going through Peter's file before, which I had done previously, but really digging through it. Oh, you've done it all.
And so did GradWISE connect Peter with those internships, or did you find them for yourself and we supported you?
Yeah, I kind of had to do my own research and find them for myself. But yeah, GradWISE was there to support me in the application processes, and while I was there, they would call up on me and see how I was going, help me with anything I needed.
So it can be a bit of both, basically. It can be that we work with people to find these opportunities where they might not have known that they existed before, or it can just be that they're bringing us opportunities that they have found, and then we work to kind of prepare them for that, or just check in. Basically, it can be something as simple as that.
And what need to be the qualifiers? If someone's listening and they think they might want to reach out to GradWISE for support, what do they need to do to qualify for that support?
Well, first point of call would be to check up on our website. So we have...
In the show notes.
Yes.
Follow the links.
Yeah, so ideally you'd be sending in an eligibility inquiry form, which details that we do have eligibility criteria, but I want to preface it before I get into that by saying that we do work on a case-by-case basis, and that we just want you to fill out the form and then we can speak to you about it, because we like to get to know each person individually. Everybody's circumstances are different, Again,
very customer-centric approach, so everyone's an individual.
100%.
And did you find the application process was pretty simple? Like everything was easy?
For GradWISE?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even remember.
It's been so
it was
long.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think it's an invaluable experience. Like the support you get is for me it was really helpful. I remember even just working through things like meditation, like he said, because I'm a kind of person that gets kind of stressed out really easily, especially during work and stuff.
Yeah. It's a big moment, mate, going into a full-time job. So it's,
Yeah, so just different strategies as well to to adjust to a new environment. So things like that, even you wouldn't think about, but I think anything that you can get out from GradWISE is good.
That's such a good point too. If I just kind of want to cut in and say like things that you wouldn't even think about. I love that phrase because this comes up for me all the time with clients where there are so many supports that people need for things that I think maybe the majority of people they just wouldn't even consider.
Yeah.
But to someone either with a disability or a mental health condition or a long-term health condition, some of these things aren't spoken about and they are really important. Like I had a client ask in a masterclass the other day, just a general question about what's kind of like the best body language in an online interview. And so then we, kind of spoke about that and spoke about some techniques to, I guess, improve their confidence with online interviews in particular. Like that format seemed to really not super work for them to begin with. And it's things like that just, you wouldn't really think about, but we are that space to ask about, or even something as simple as like, do you think I should wear a collared shirt or is a jumper acceptable? Again, in an online interview context, like you wouldn't know otherwise you ask. And
Great.
Basically.
Well, rip the Band-Aid off for us, Pete. Where are you going to be working? As of July 1?
July 1st, BDO.
Beautiful.
So they're like a big but mid-tier professional services firm. So I'll be in their corporate tax consulting team. Yeah.
And how many other internships did you do to get a real? Because you wanted to get in the chat we had. You really wanted to get a decent flavour for what the organisations were all about, didn't you? So you tried out a few different places.
Yeah, I wanted to see what suited me the best. So first I did a internship at like a smaller accounting firm. Wasn't for me. I think the people were a bit older than me. I couldn't really connect with them. I found smaller company, not for me. And then I did an internship at Deloitte. So big company.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my time there, but so many people, mental overload every day. So, it wasn't for me. But they did offer me a graduate role, which I accepted. And then I did an internship with Royal Women's Hospital.
Yeah.
Wasn't for me. Again, smaller company, not small company, but small team.
Compared to Deloitte, yeah.
Small team. Probably not the work that I'm interested in. So I found Royal Women's, not for me. And then I had, like I said, I had this offer from Deloitte all lined up. So I thought that was where I was going to be working for at least the next 5-10 years. I said, before I start, I might as well get some more experience. So I'll just apply for another company. So I found BDO, who a good friend of mine actually used to work at. So I was like, why not? I applied. I thought I wouldn't really get much out of it, just a bit more experience. Started there. Maybe first couple of weeks, I was like, I'll just get through it. And then once I started to meet everyone, go for coffees with everyone, and kind of get to see what they actually do, I was like, oh no, now I've got a decision to make.
It's a fortunate position to be in, Pete, and you sound like a very self-aware young man.
So it's a funny story. I actually came up to my manager at BDO. I was like, just so you know, I've got an offer from Deloitte. So if you want me to come back, you've got to let me know ASAP.
I need an offer on the table.
Yeah. So the next day they had a chat with HR. HR talked to me and gave me an offer on the spot. So
Brilliant.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
That smile's priceless, Pete. It's good to see you happy. And mate, I remember that journey into your nerve-wracking time. It's great that you've had the support of GradWISE, Cody and the team, and look forward to following your journey, not just on the tram, but actually when you're in work.
No, it should be good. Thanks.
Have a great one. Thanks so much for joining us, Pete, and Cody, you too.
Thanks for having us.
I know you love the music, so
Yeah, go on. Bring
We'll
the
just
dorky music back. We'll do it.
sign up with it. You'll find all the detail on GradWISE in the show notes. Cody, you've been amazing. Peter, you've been better. I'm Huey. I've been okay. We'll see you
You have
again
been
on
okay,
another
Huey.
edition of Wise Words, a window into wise employment here on our podcast.